How volunteering can change your career in project management. Hello and welcome back, William Meller here, and today I'd like to discuss how volunteering can change all the perspective that you have for your career in project management, and also, if you are a beginner, how this can be the thing that will change the doors and the windows that are going to be open to you in the future. When I was starting my career in project management around 10 years ago, I discovered the Project Management Institute, also known as PMI, and I started volunteering in different types of projects. I had the chance to participate in marketing projects, in strategy definition projects, also projects related to events or seminars or different kind of activities that are inviting people to share their knowledge with the community. And everything that I did as a volunteer taught me some valuable lessons. But the most important thing that I discovered being a volunteer is how important it is to have a strong network, to have people around you in different industries, in different sectors, working with different type of business. Because you can learn how to get things done in different ways. I had the chance to volunteer with people from so many different sectors that I learned that project management is not just define a scope, work with people following some guidelines, something around some methodology, and you are going to get your results. And a lot of project managers struggle a lot in their careers before discovering that. Unfortunately, they need to make mistakes in their career, sometimes even lose their jobs, to understand how things are done in project management. But by being a volunteer, you can learn that, I can say, for free. It's not totally for free, I know, because you need to dedicate some time for that, right? You really need to put energy as a volunteer to dedicate the best version of yourself to the community of project managers. You are going to work, as I mentioned, with different type of projects. Sometimes they're very small projects, sometimes big initiatives. But you need to be the best version of yourself working on those projects. If you do that, if you dedicate your time, if you dedicate your energy for that, you're going to have so much back that we'll see how powerful are the relationships and everything that you build from being a volunteer. As I immerse myself into volunteering, I discover one of the most important skills, or maybe the most important thing for being a good project manager. That is the importance to adapt ourselves. The importance to understand that every single project is one unique baby that you need to take care. And this is important because, again, I will repeat myself here, but it's important to understand that a lot of project managers, they need to make mistakes in their careers before discover that. They need to make mistakes before discover that negotiating with people in one project is totally different on negotiating or get things done in other projects. We need to understand that early in our careers. And by being a volunteer, I had a chance, as I mentioned, to work with this different type of people and understand that I need to be a different type of project manager to a different type of project that I'm working on. It's also important to understand that volunteering, even being a free activity or not your main job, is something really important. When I dedicate my time, my energy to a non-profit organization, I'm also doing a lot to give back to the community. So everything that I learned, everything that I got from the community of project management, I'm trying to give back somehow. And this is important. I cannot just give my free time, my spare time to them. I need to give my best when I'm working as a volunteer in a project. No matter what it means, no matter what results are going to come from this project, I need to give my best. And also, if you are a beginner, if you are in a first or second year working with project management, you need to learn that people, they can see what you are doing as a volunteer. And maybe your next career opportunity, your next job, is It's going to come from a person that worked with you also as a volunteer in the non-profit organization, and they saw how good you are working with some type of activities, and you can be valuable to their organizations. But which type of volunteer experience should you have, or which type of initiative should you look for? Well, as I mentioned, I have been a volunteer at Project Management Institute, the PMI, for almost 10 years. And I can say that the PMI community, the biggest project management community in the world, is fantastic. I discovered not just volunteering opportunities, but a lot of people, a lot of materials, a lot of good content that I'm still using in my career. Also, a lot of my personal friends are also people that I met at PMI, because are other project managers or maybe other people working around project management, not just project managers itself, but I discover a lot of people that teach me valuable lessons on how to be better in my career and also in my life. Because I discover that being a volunteer is not just about the time that you dedicate, but it's also about how everything that I do as a volunteer, or maybe my career or my personal projects, are connected with my purpose. There's another video in this channel where we talk about principles. And principles are the pillars that define when we say yes or no to some activities. And when I say yes to something, I know that this is connected with my principles and somehow connected with my personal strategy for my life. So I can try to summarize some benefits, and I will be short on 5 benefits that you can get by being a volunteer. First of all, you improve your communication. You're going to work with people from different areas, different backgrounds, and you need to improve how you communicate with them. So your communication is going to go to another level. Second, you improve your negotiation skills. Working as a volunteer, everybody has the same salary. Everyone gets the same money in the end of the day. The president and the person that just started, they are volunteers. They are giving their time for free. So when you need to negotiate with these persons, you really need to know what you're talking about and how you're going to organize your negotiation strategy to make people understand that something that you are doing is important and that they should support you. Third, your personal brand. You are going to understand that as a volunteer, you need to be the same person every day. No matter if you are a volunteer or if you are in your main job, you need to be the same type of professional. And this is going to teach you some important lessons about what is your personal brand. The item number 4 is your leadership skills. Because when you start as a volunteer, you start in a team working to some kind of project, and you start after some time leading some initiatives as well. So you're going to have the chance to lead some different type of initiatives, and your leadership skills are going to improve a lot by doing that. And the item number 5, of course, are your project management skills. You're going to learn everything about project management if you are volunteering in a company that are built by project managers. So you can learn how to be a project manager, but also everything that is connected to project management, from strategy to execution. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up. Thank you very much for watching. See you.